Hey, it's 9 o'clock. You ready?
Huh?
You ready?
It's 9 o'clock. Are you ready?
Are you sure?
Yeah. Go to my phone. It's 9
On the
o'clock.
dot?
Did you
yeah.
not turn it on?
Turn what on?
The music?
There it is.
The music.
Well,
No.
was that another one where he thinks it's playing and we can't hear
I was
it?
going to say, can you turn the music on for real? Mac.
I'm listening to what you're listening to. Now there's music on top of music.
Okay. All right.
Hello, everybody. We are in a hurry, so welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. I am Ted. That is Damon.
I was going to say, you got about 10 seconds left.
Mac, I know my timing. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, listen, Macaulay, that's the only thing we let run long. Okay, it's the intro and outro music.
Because we
Everything
can't
else-
control that on this end.
Yeah, everything else is like a tight 5. Okay? Yeah, that's how it works. So I'm going to ask you, because you did some traveling. How was your week?
Traveling. I wasn't as far this week. As we discussed last week, I was in Rhode Island.
Yes.
This week I was in Gurnee, Illinois,
Ooh.
home of Six Flags.
Yeah, I was going to say, home of great America.
I do have a story about that. So I had a really long day. Super tired. I am out probably 9 p.m.
Mhm.
because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
Sometime later, meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, I don't know when it was, but all of a sudden I hear this on the door. Tick, 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 tick.
Oh, no.
And I wake up and I'm like, all right, I'm not dressed for door activity yet. I cannot find my glasses. Every hotel puts the light switch on the lamp somewhere else, so I'm just...
Right.
And
Right.
then it goes from door jiggling to... Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
So they're knocking on it. And I was like, what is happening? So finally I'm like, well, you know what? You're going to see my P's and Q's because I can't find any of my clothes.
Right.
I'm just going to head to the door. But also, as I'm walking to the door, I hear the door next to me open up, and I hear like, what are you saying? I hear them like calling that guy out.
Yeah.
So I do the thing. They cover the peepholes now. So I just slide it over, and there's no one out there, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
But now I'm up.
I was just saying that for me, it'd be like, my body would be like, hey, great nap, bro.
Yeah.
What are we doing now?
Yeah. So
Yeah, what
that
are we
was the
doing
end
now?
of my sleeping. But I did have to call down to the front desk and say that there were soiled sheets in my room. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, right. Okay. I'm pretty sure they're like that when I got here.
Yeah.
And you started sleeping in them? Well, yeah, I was tired.
I was tired.
I was tired.
Tired.
I mean, come on. You know, I'm
Very
just going to give you 4 stars. I'm sorry. You know,
But you remember when we traveled and I made you waffles because you didn't know how to use the machine?
correct.
This time they had regular waffle in one, and then the other one was a different one every day. So I had a delicious banana nut waffle. I had a delicious blueberry waffle.
Really?
I don't remember what the first day was.
Well, can I be honest with you though? Nobody likes a bragger. I don't. I mean, your waffle intake is a little disturbing to me.
You're
I think-
waffling? I'm not waffling.
Yeah, we might need a. Were you waffle stomping?
Yeah. You know those sheets
Yeah.
after that
Yeah,
after
waffles.
that wake up call.
Waffles stomp my sheets down the drain. I'm like, I don't know where they're at, but also on an unrelated note, the shower does not drain.
Yeah.
So if you could get up here, maybe we'll say a plunger. But so at least you were
Yeah, and
you were close.
I have if you go to Hilton, you can check in on your phone. I know no one likes to brag or whatever.
Yeah.
And you never have to go to the front desk. You can just get your key. It's on your phone. It's all digital now. That didn't work here, so I had to go to the front desk, and they gave me a sheet that said, "Hey, we don't do. If you're here this many days, we don't do housekeeping. If you want towels, you can ask for them. If you want your garbage change out, just put it out in the hall, and they'll pick it up." Well, I didn't know that at the previous place, so I didn't know that was the policy at Hilton right now.
Yeah.
So I kept coming back to my room and like, why is all of this garbage still in my room?
But what's weird is you're the only guy in
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah.
So you made the mess.
Right, but I knew it was there, but I
Right.
put it like wasn't like, why is it everywhere? It's like, just why isn't this trash that
Yeah.
I've conveniently put in this can out of here?
Yeah.
I didn't ask for towels. I didn't ask for my bed made. I don't need that from
Right.
housekeeping every day.
Right.
But I was like, why is there still garbage in here?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I found out, oh, it's me.
Yeah.
I'm the a-hole.
I'm the problem. I'm the problem. That's your Reddit. Am I
Yeah.
the a-hole?
Am I the
Because I did
turns out.
not. Yeah.
Turns out, yes.
Yeah. As it turns out, I am the guy.
So what's going on with you, sir?
So I had to go to the DMV.
Bro,
Yeah.
can you not do my entire comedy set
Okay,
on this
well,
podcast?
I am talking about
I
this.
haven't done any of it, some of it.
Yeah.
You're doing all of it. Hey, what else does Ted talk about?
Yeah.
So he goes to the DMV. He talks about not having a second L
Yeah.
in his name all the time.
Yeah.
All right, so you had to go. I'm telling you, you tell any more of my bits on here, I'm going to tell which DMV you go to.
I know what's going to happen. You're going to start taking notes and going, it's not in my act, but it's going in. Okay. This one's not. It's so personalized. But I go to the DMV. Now, as it turns out, in the day we live in now, the day and age with whether it's worker shortage, which I can tell you right now, it's not at this place. You have to have an appointment, of course, to do like your driving stuff or anything like that. Okay.
Yeah,
Unless you're going in for
the one
title.
I went to,
Yeah.
they had I think a sheriff out front.
Yeah, they did.
Was literally like,
Yeah.
"What are you here for?
Yeah.
Do you have an appointment? Get out." Or
Yeah.
they'd literally be like, "Well, you can go out your phone. You can see if there's any appointments today, but you can't come in here."
Yeah, you scan the sign when you walk in or
Yeah.
whatever. So I go up and I go walking in. They're like, "Are you here for an appointment?" I'm like, "No, I'm here to do this." They go, "Oh, you go in the other door." So I walked out, go in the other door, and I walk up and I took a check because I knew I would need a check, right? And so
You took old people money?
yeah,
I didn't even know if I could
yeah.
get my hands on old people
so
money.
well, no, I had to like dig through my wife's purse and I took a check, right? So mind you,
Gold, can I have this?
Yeah,
I need this check.
yeah. You know what's weird though? Like back in the day, you'd have a check missing and you'd be like, "Where's that check? Where's it?" Nowadays, it's like you could have 17 of them missing. It's like I have no idea that somebody took checks.
Yeah,
out of my
the
stuff.
register
3
says
full books.
Yeah, right.
The
right.
register says 38142. This is 417.
Yeah. Anybody know what happened to the other ones?
There's
Anybody?
10,000 checks missing. Yeah, I just jumped a book. I don't know where we're
Yeah,
at.
yeah. But and that used to, like that was the thing. You'd balance your checkbook.
Well, my
like, they all
mom
gotta
still
be in
does.
order.
She's like, "Yeah, I was doing my checkbooks." And I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
You're doing your what?"
Yeah. Hey, the bank does that. Just go
Yeah.
online. The bank will do
Yeah.
it for you. But anyway, so I get they hand me a number. Now, mind you, they hand me a number. I walk over here. There is nobody else on this side. They hand me a number. There are 5 open people.
You're like
And-
the insane of Beetlejuice?
Yeah, but there are 5 open people, right, that can help me, and there's 2 cashiers and windows. So there's 7 people on this side that are doing nothing. And the 8th, which is by the door, that said, "Here's your number." Okay.
Yeah.
She was doing something. She gave me a number. But here's the great part. So I walk up and I wait for someone to call me. And so finally somebody they lost rock, paper, scissors. Nobody knew it. They're like, "I can help you." I mean, that's how they do it. I'm like, oh, okay. So I walk up and I tell them, I go, "Hey, I want to put plates on this. I'm doing this. And I want to do personalized plates, not vanity. So I'll get a number. It's cheaper. And I'll put a number on it. It's fine." So anyway, he says, he goes, "Okay." He says, and I says, "And I brought a check." He goes, "You brought a check?" That's what he tells me. And I go, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Well, you're going to need more than one check." And I go, "Why is that?" He goes, "Well, you got to pay taxes too." And I go, "What?" He goes, "You pay that on a separate check."
Yeah, I was going to say, you write one to this.
And
you
it
write one to
and it
that.
has to be paid in a check. I'm like, "Okay," because I have cash. I also have a debit card. I can. He says, "No, it's got to be on a check." I'm like, "Okay." So I said, "All right." I says, "Well," I said, "I'll just drive back home." So I go from Joliet to Cheyenne and back. So I go, "I'll drive back home and get checks." Now you got to remember, Nicole's not home now when I get home.
Right.
So the purse with the checks in it. Okay. The only place I know in my house where I can obtain
Right.
a check, let alone multiple checks,
Yeah.
is gone. Okay.
I don't own a checkbook, much less.
Right. So anyway, and you know what you don't put me in charge of? The checks. Okay. So I understand why that is not a
I don't
job
have-
given to me.
A check.
Yeah.
Much less enough
Yeah.
checks to necessitate a checkbook.
So, but as I'm going to leave,
Shoulder?
yeah, shoulder, juggling. What do you got? Another Ninja Turtle? What are you doing over there? so anyway, as I'm going to leave, I go, "Okay, so I'll come back with another check." And he holds up 3 fingers like he was not going to tell me this. And I go, "What?" He goes, "You're going to need 3 checks." Dude, you were going to let me walk away,
Right.
drive home, get a check to go with a check I already have,
Yeah.
and come back here. Yeah. Why don't I just cut this one in
And
half?
he's just like, "Ooh, you're one too short."
Yeah. Why don't I just cut this one in half? Then I have 2 checks right here, So I was like, "Hey, thanks for the heads up. I appreciate that." I'm still calm. I'm staying.
Right.
They're not seeing Damon at all. I go back. I have 3 checks, right? I walk in. The lady goes, "Hey, you're back." And I said, "Yeah." I says, "I had to go get okay. And I take a number. Again, now, mind you, this time I had to stand because there was somebody talking to her. There's 5 people open and 2 cashiers. There's nobody over there. So the lady in front of me, I'm waiting. But I'm like, I could really just walk past you. I know what I got to do, but I got to wait. I'm looking at the other side where they drive, where they do this stuff. There has to be 15 people plus over there. There's 1 person in there. And I'm going,
And those are the ones you have to make appointments for.
and here,
so they know those people are coming.
and here's the thing. Everybody's on their phone. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, all right, okay. I'm just staying calm. I'm like, okay, whatever. I go back to the window, and I know it's supposed to be like $350 to buy personalized plates. It ends up being like $351, and then I write another check for $100. And I go, what's that check for? What's the $100? And he goes, "That's the tax on the vehicle you bought." And I looked at him and I says, "I told you what I paid for that vehicle. It was $800. I says, "I'm paying 12.5% tax on a car that's not even from this decade to you that I bought from a personal owner, private owner." And he looks at me and he goes, yeah. And I wanted to be like, and look around the room and be like, I understand you need the money. You know what I mean? Because everybody's on their phone. And I just, but I looked at him and I go, hey, I go, good call. I says, just so you know, I said, I'll never buy an $800 car again. He goes, what? I go, every car I ever buy will be like $10 or $25. I said, because who are you going to ask? And I looked right at him and he just looked at me and because he was so rude to me even when I got there. And the first guy wasn't rude. He just like wasn't going to give me all the info.
Right.
And again, I've been in customer service. If you tell somebody, hey, you got to have this, you got to have that, you rent cars, you got to have this ID or this or that.
Yeah.
If you don't have it, I won't rent you a car.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now if I tell you got to have it, you go home and get it. You come back, you go, oh, you also got to have this. Do you have that? No. Could you tell me the whole list of stuff I need? Yeah. But yeah, I just started laughing because I'm like the $100. I'm like, oh, it's spent. I mean, it's literally spent on everybody in the 5 minutes I was there. They spent $100 of people playing on their phones. I guarantee it. So, but yeah, no, that was my DMV. So no, and I did feel again. This might be in your act. I did feel hot.
Hey,
I felt very attractive.
All right, that totally.
I did.
Why? We're cutting that up.
Yeah, I felt very attractive.
That, man.
So,
but I've started calling people out on that stuff. I'm like, hey, is there a problem? Did I do something to make you this way? Like, why are we doing this? Why did we get off on the wrong foot when all I did was come up when you asked me to come up?
Yeah,
that's all I've invested so far is following your instructions.
Hey, and the best part is they have this old box of like a cardboard box sitting there, and I guess on the side where I can't see it, it says tags. I set my tag on the counter. He goes, that goes in the box. I'm like, okay. I pick it up, put it in the box, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, you were actually closer. But okay, I because I'm reaching underneath a plastic protector.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I actually can't get to the box, but that's cool.
Yeah. Like slide your arm in. Yeah. Hey, my arm lives here now.
Yeah. Is there a 3-point line? Because I'll back up and try to make it over to plastic.
My arm's not coming back out.
So,
I don't know. You know this. My arm kind of looks like a cone where it's thin and then gets fat as it goes through.
Yeah. No, my arm's fat from the end. Okay.
Mine's more of a cylinder.
Yeah. I don't know what they call cankles when they're wrists. Crists. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, I have a fat arm all the way down.
Oh,
so yeah.
So when I got picked up last week, when I came back from Rhode Island, it was Friday. So the next morning I had to, behind the scenes secret, we're usually here Saturday morning.
Right.
I had to get up early and get here, and I can't find my keys. So I go to just like you went to the purse for checks.
Yeah.
I went to the purse. Well, and then the spare key wasn't where it usually is. So I went to the purse and there was a spare key.
Yeah.
So I didn't ask questions. I just drove back, and on the way, I was like, hey, do you know where my keys are? Oh, I've been using the spare key. And I was like, I know. Because I found the spare key. What I'm looking for are my keys. I was using the spare key. Right. But when we went to the airport Monday morning, I gave you my keys to drive to the airport. That's the last time I saw them. So unless you somehow like magically made them into the spare key and drove home, I don't know. And then had to go. So ask me when I get back home. I said, okay. But remember, I'm the finder.
Yeah.
I stood in the foyer of my house. Foyer for those of you south of I-80.
Yes.
And
nobody likes to brag
on
your accent. Yeah.
And
went,
okay. If I were those keys, where would I have been put?
Yeah.
Immediately went back outside into the Equinox.
Yeah.
And sure enough, in the console of the Equinox, were my keys for my Honda Accord. And I understand that they do not operate the Equinox, but they do operate the Accord that parks next to the Equinox.
Yeah.
Probably, 12 to 15 hours a day.
We are one broken window away from a free complimentary vehicle.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if you're dumb too.
Yeah.
Because you break the Honda first.
Right.
And then you have to break the Equinox.
Right.
But if you're a smart criminal, you just break the Equinox.
Yeah, go in the Equinox
you can
first.
use the keys to get into the Honda.
Right. So note to self.
However, they were probably geographically close enough where you could just stand at the Honda, put your hand in the handle and go, hey, this is unlocked. No, it wasn't. The keys were just right next door.
Yeah. Well, the thing, you could start it and drive away, but then whenever you get somewhere, it wouldn't restart.
It has now been exactly 1 week.
Yeah.
Still has not asked if I ever found my keys.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. When you initiate the finder, it doesn't really, you don't have to check back after that. We already know it's handled. You know what I mean? We already know. We already know. Hey, I want to touch base. So last episode, remember we talked about adopting a snow leopard.
A leper?
Yeah, a leopard.
A snow leopard?
Yeah, somebody that falls apart in the snow.
Hard pass.
Yeah, no, a snow leopard. So we talked about that. Well, I saw a headline this week, and this is a Dallas zoo is searching for a missing clouded leopard. Now, I don't know what a clouded is.
I'm headed to Dallas.
Are you?
On Monday, yeah.
Well, you might want to initiate the finder.
Yeah.
Well, kitty.
I better get there in front of Wayne May.
Yeah, right. He may or may not find that cat. But it says on January 13th, the Dallas Zoo was closed to the public, and the police were summoned to the facility to help search for a clouded leopard. I don't know what a clouded leopard is. I would like to know what that is. So, Mac, if you want to Google, that'd be something.
No,
to Google.
when we want him to Google,
yeah.
never shows up.
But it went missing from its exhibit. So it says the zoo said that the workers discovered that the leopard was missing from its enclosure when they arrived at the facility that morning. Now, okay, here's the best line. A code blue was issued. Okay, now let me tell you what code blue means. Meaning a non-dangerous animal is missing from its habitat.
But you said leopard, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so where do they draw the line?
I
Where
don't
does
know.
it suddenly get to the point where they're going code something else?
Well, but here's the deal. How do they consider a leopard not to be
That's
dangerous?
what I meant. That's like where are they crossing the line? Where
Yeah,
suddenly,
right.
oh no, that's a code blue.
You know what's bad? Chuck Norris runs this zoo. Okay, and he's like, would you say there's 5 tigers out?
Yeah.
No, there's no, absolutely zero problem here. Zero problem.
Yeah, it's run by Chuck Norris and Crocodile Dundee.
He's got it up on
That's
the screen.
not a danger.
He's got it up on the screen, but I can't
This
see
is
it.
a danger. Oh, does he?
Yeah, but it says, but a code blue. So how is that cat? Is it declawed and no teeth? How would it be no danger? It's just a cuddler. I mean,
Right.
there's got to be
Yeah.
somebody that's buying ice cream for their kid.
Is it
turn
because
around.
it's clouded?
Yeah,
He's confused.
he's got cataracts.
Yeah.
Literally, kitty cataracts. Yeah.
That's where he went. He just walked in the wrong enclosure.
Yeah.
He's hanging out with the mountain lions. He's like, does this guy not know?
Yeah. Meanwhile, the baboons are like, "What's this guy doing here?" You know?
He can hear us, right?
Yeah.
He can smell us flinging our poo, right?
Woohoo. They're
Yeah.
clapping. You know?
He can smell the poo we're flinging,
Yeah,
right?
He knows. He knows. But I just thought that was so awesome. It's like,
He's got one on the back of it just doing the blep.
yeah, but I mean, it looks dangerous.
I know this one
well,
looks very much
well,
like.
Well, that's a kitten.
Yeah.
That's a kitten. Okay.
This one rode the short bus to visit the
Yeah.
zoo.
This is the one that on Tiger King they were letting the kids pet. Okay. I want to see the one where they were feeding raw
will-
meat out of the back of a hot semi.
I will never financially recover from this.
But again, so cold blue now is anytime there's something non-dangerous on the loose. So
I want to know what code brown is, because everywhere I worked retail, code black would be something, code red would be something, code blue would be something, code white would be something.
Yeah.
Code brown always meant there was poop where poop shouldn't be.
Really?
Yeah.
That was code brown?
That was code brown.
Wow.
Yeah, your headset, your phone extension, your everything broke
Yeah.
when code brown was called. Oh, well, there's a code brown?
Yeah.
Oh, I better get a new battery because this thing clearly went out.
I don't.
Ted, you're talking to us under the headset now.
I'm gonna punch out and go to lunch. I'm gonna punch out.
Now, that did happen to
just
me
go to
at,
lunch.
at Borders
Yeah.
in Geneva and Randall. I can say that because it's gone. I don't have to some store that.
Right.
We had headsets back in the day, and I got, hey, can you come over to the cafe real quick? I'm kind of busy. No, but can you please come over to the cafe? Apparently, an old man was sitting in the cafe, probably reading books for free because, that's
For
that's
sure.
the business model Borders had.
Yeah.
Stood up, shook his pant leg, and a fresh, fully formed turd just fell out
Wow.
in the cafe.
I wish I had that kind of confidence.
So,
Plus, my pants fit tighter than that.
yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
They were just looking at it. Like, what are we going to do? I'm like, well, we got to take care of it. I went and got a broom and one of those, dustpans on a stick.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Just police outline it.
yeah.
Put some tape down, some
Just
cones.
yeah.
Leave it alone.
Just throw an open magazine over
It's
it.
a cleaning crew's problem tonight when they come in. Leave it alone.
Just throw a highlights for children over it. It'll be fine. So I swept it in the dustpan, walked out to Randall Road and flung the turd into the street.
Yeah.
Walked back, handed the dustpan and the broom to the people working there. And I
Burn
was
it.
like, yeah, these are trash now.
Yeah, burn
and I
it.
went back to my business.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine the people that were driving and suddenly, like, just a fat log flew into the road. Meow, meow. Was that a
Oh, that wasn't a code blue. That didn't look dangerous at all.
flying code brown?
Yeah,
Brown?
yeah. No, the only thing we used to have when I was younger in retail at the big box stores for the home improvement, I bounced around a couple. We had a code 10, but a code 10 was eventually people caught on to what it was. So that was a hot chicken in aisle.
I see.
Yeah, so it was like,
see.
hey, there's a code 10 in aisle 49, and then you like 9 guys would turn the corner. Can I help you?
Yeah.
And eventually they're like, they realized they're the 10. And I was like, okay, you got to stop. The store manager's like, stop doing that. I'm like, okay, whatever, But that was we never had a. To
So
me,
you're
a
saying
code
at
blue.
the DMV you were code maybe eight and a quarter?
Yeah. I was, and I didn't even have my hair done. I had my curlers in. But anyway, a code blue in a hospital is terrible.
Right.
Right? Because I mean, I remember
It's
hearing
you're
that.
crashing. Right.
Yes, yeah, that's terrible. So that's why I don't understand why they
Well,
make it.
Now you'd be like, you'd hear that in the hospital. Ooh, leopard.
Yeah.
I want to see the kitty. You're just standing around like, get that cart out of the way. Where's the kitty?
It's an emotional support animal. Yeah. But again, I found it odd that we just talked about adopting one, and here they can't even keep them at the zoo. You know what I
Right.
mean? People are leaving. So
Yeah, your story's now sus. The timing on your sus.
Right. They can't give them away. You know what I mean?
Damon, do you have a clouded leopard? Don't, quiet.
Yeah. So, hey, can we do a couple fun facts?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do some fun facts.
You
this-
have a subpoena.
That's fact number 4. So anyway,
Hey, that is a fun fact for me.
yeah, right. Fact number 4. So anyway, I have nothing else to say. Never mind. I had something to say, and I'm like, I don't want to scrub it off the recording. So
You
let's
have a
just-
subpoena.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
No.
I got words for you in the van, sir, on the way home.
Wait, what? All right, now we haven't used the board a lot in a few weeks. I want
Right,
to make sure the buttons are
right.
still there.
So it says yeah, still there, still just as long as we need it. So, but it says this is a fun fact. You weigh less if you visit certain areas of Canada, namely the Hudson Bay area and parts of Quebec,
Quebec? It's the only reason to go to Quebec.
because there's less gravity there than other parts of the world. So I don't know.
Now, did you find this on flatearth.org?
No. This is a fun fact from the Mind Blowing Fact site. So I trust a lot of the stuff I see on there. They're pretty. They're
Hey,
pretty
Matt,
good.
can you get the IP for
Yeah, right.
start just
right,
putting stuff on there?
right.
It turns out that the podcast partners with hair
Yeah,
are the dumber ones. It's on the fun fact page, Damon. I don't know what you're.
Damon's G.I. Joe guy is a code blue. It's not dangerous at
It's
all.
been erased from existence.
But
Not even in the enclosure.
but think about it. So now Canada, I mean, they're our attic. So, I
America's
mean,
hat, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. So I mean, in reality, isn't Canada like? I know we're supposed to be like bigger than everybody. You know what I mean? Because we eat well, we're this, we're that. You know what I mean?
like,
Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Is Canada?
Did I tell you that? Like, how do you know I wasn't Australian? Well, because you're the fattest.
Yeah, because you're the fattest guy I've seen today.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not my
Yeah.
accent, not my American flag on my hat. Okay, cool.
That's on theme because
Yeah.
that checks out.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but is Canada like that? Is Canada also? I mean,
I remember when I was watching Kids in the Hall, one of their skits was, "No, we're Canadian. It's like America without a gun."
okay. So they're pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right. So in reality, I think if I was to go visit there, I would want to go to Hudson Bay. And I would. I don't know.
I
Where's
wonder
Quebec?
why that is.
Where's Quebec? Well, it says in parts of Quebec, so I got to think it's around Quebec, right?
Yeah, Quebec
gotta be.
is.
You
yeah,
juggling,
it-
Mac? How you doing
Yeah,
over
those are
there?
my headphones.
That's twice today. What do you got? Am I lubed up?
He's
or
got
something?
one. He's got one shoulder left. He's only got one set of
Moving-
headphones.
Moving some stuff.
You still wearing that hat? He's doing some stuff. Don't worry about it.
He's packing up. We're gonna go on the other side of the
Yeah,
wall, and
the
he's
gig
gone.
tonight.
He's gone. We've been talking to ourselves for an hour.
Code blue.
Yeah, code blue. We're not. We're no danger. Okay, we're no danger.
He's just remotely looking at stuff on Google.
Yeah,
So we think he's over there.
he's got a chicken just pecking the keyboard. One of those things that comes down.
Oh, yeah.
It dips down. Yeah.
And where's
just-
my tab?
Yeah, where's my stuff? But no, I think I would want to visit this area and see. I swear, if we turn that corner and he's not there, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Okay.
I mean, you know me. For the bit, I would do it. I would
Yeah.
just disappear.
Yeah. I would be down in the Urink and I'd be doing something in the bathroom.
Yeah, like Ontario and Toronto is kind of just north of us, north of with Michigan and
Yeah,
Detroit,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
Quebec's east of that.
Okay.
So Quebec's towards the.
Okay.
That's where Montreal is. That Quebec is the reason why everything in Canada has to be Duolingo.
Yeah.
It has to be French.
It's French. Yeah. Yeah.
Just because of that one province. I think just like some of us would like to take certain states, and depending on which side of the fence you're on, it's different states for different people. Some people want to push Texas into Mexico. Some people want to push California into the coast, into the ocean. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think Canada, a lot of Canadians wants to cut off Quebec and go, foop, and just push it.
Yeah.
Float your ass back to France, but none of us want you.
You're an island now. Congratulations. So anyway, if you're a fat guy and you're looking to go on vacation, think about Quebec. You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. So let's
I
go.
understand you're pretty weightless on the moon, but I can't get you into the plane
Right,
at
right.
Museum of Science and Industry, which just has no wings, no engine, no fuselage. I won't go in that, but So there's no way I'm getting
Yeah.
you to the moon unless hey Damon, this is a Tesla, I promise.
I was gonna say, yeah. You're like, hey, here's my buddy Elon. He's gonna give us
Yeah.
a ride to work today.
Yeah, he's gonna get us right.
Hop in
Tesla.
here.
Yeah.
He's giving us a ride to work. Here's the next fun fact. This one I found pretty cool. Quaker oatmeal packages in 1902 contained a coupon redeemable for an actual deed to a small plot of land in Milford, Connecticut.
Could you give yourself an Amish name? Is this like in established titles? Where suddenly you become a lady if you buy the
Right.
land in Scotland?
Right.
I bought oatmeal and now I'm Amish.
Hey, Ebenezer, sit down. You finish your oatmeal. My name's John. I just like oatmeal.
Eat oatmeal, raise a barn.
Yeah.
Is that a euphemism? Or am I actually raising? Like, you think you're suddenly going to be, virile and like, have your mojo back, and suddenly like, oh, damn it, it's actually raising a barn.
I think you just wrote a Quaker country song. What is it? Eat oatmeal, raise a barn, boy, or however it goes. I don't know. I think you just wrote a country song.
Eat your oats, build a home for goats.
I was doing more like ride a horse. Or
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Yeah, but my only thought is how many? They must not have so many packages.
Yeah.
Because how much land can you give away where you're like, oh man, people are really eating oatmeal, I mean,
You said it was Milford where?
Milford, Connecticut.
Milford, Connecticut. Yeah, that's like, hey, let's sell oatmeal to give plots of land in the second smallest state
Yeah.
in the country. That way there is a finite amount of oatmeal we can sell. Could you imagine if it was like, Wyoming?
Yeah.
Wow, we still have land to give?
Wow.
All right, crank out those oats, man.
I thought we were done with oatmeal, but okay, it's all
We were
good.
talking about, we were at work, we're talking about, look, there's too many. We should just call South Dakota, North Dakota, Dakota. Forget about it.
Yeah, Carolina.
We should call Wyoming, why?
Yeah.
Where do you live? Wyoming. Nope, you went too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Why? Honestly, I hear it's beautiful.
I'm sure it is.
You're right. It's like, okay, if I
we're spoiled. Something breaks or something goes wrong. We can literally, I can drive 4 minutes in almost any direction, hit the same stores.
right.
Wyoming, it's like, well, 600 miles, they're a Walmart that direction.
Yeah. They're hoping that a satellite crashes on their property so they can get some spare parts for the dishwasher. They're like,
Good
come on.
news, they're building a store about 250 miles away. That'll make weekend trips one day.
Yeah.
I don't know why people in Wyoming sound like they live in Alabama. But
I was gonna say, but my other thought is,
did you know Wyoming is not now? I didn't know where Quebec was. Give me a break.
Right. Yeah. So anybody that doesn't live by you is a rube. Okay.
Pretty much.
I got you. Well, just think of the land baron that ate so much oatmeal that he's just like, yes, bring me more,
How'd your family get rich? Well, great grandpa Fatty really liked oatmeal.
His name was Milford. They just changed the town. He ate so much oatmeal. They're like, we're going to name it after you. Okay. What's your name? Milford. Got it.
Yeah.
Milford, Connecticut. We're golden.
Didn't this used to be Quaker, Connecticut? It did.
Right.
Until Milford showed up.
Yeah. I tell you who didn't cross the Delaware. Milford. Because the canoe would have sank. All right. I'm just letting you know right now. We see bubbles. Someone's inheriting a lot of land. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. Listen, it's no joke that people that became millionaires in the last 20 years for selling off property that their family had 20 years before that,
Right.
and it's still going that way, And so I owning land is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And even if it's in Wyoming, I'm sure it's a wonderful thing. But the fact of the matter is still, how do you give that? There's a transaction that goes with land transfer every time.
Yeah.
So every time I buy oatmeal, I got to go to the bank. Okay. I got to go to the bank. I got to see an attorney.
Laura, I was just gonna say, Laura, can you call the attorney? Why? Junior, open up more oatmeal.
I got to pay closing costs. Hey, look, I got 3 points with this box of oatmeal, so I'm gonna really save on the closing costs this time.
Man, you bought a whole canister? I'm gonna have to refi.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, call Uncle Milford, see if he wants to eat some oatmeal.
What's the APR on an entire?
Right.
You went to Costco?
Yeah.
I can't afford that oatmeal.
You got a pallet of that shit?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What, you trying to plant a flag?
Yeah. You starting a country?
You realize we've discovered every surface on this planet. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. The country of Milford.
You're writing checks that Johnny Quaker can't
Yeah,
cash, sir.
No kidding. No kidding.
By the way, he's going to need 3.
Yeah.
He's going to need 3 checks.
Gonna need 3 checks. One's for taxes.
Yeah, one's for taxes on that.
One's for taxes. By the way,
One just goes into escrow.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people not doing stuff. Don't think about it. That's what taxes go for.
But I mean, I don't flash it back a little bit, but you're totally right. They're but they have no qualms of just staring right at you.
Yeah.
Like, I know a place
I'm the problem.
where I work, and I'm not supposed to be the front line. Like, if there's 3 customers and 7 people, I should not be busy because I am not there. My job is not to be the first person to talk to a customer.
Right.
Right. But you go to the gym, they're just straight out staring at you, and you're like, kind of, is it me? And they're just, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm doing nothing. I'm looking straight at you. It is not your turn.
Yeah.
It is your turn. It is not your time to come up here.
Yeah.
No, your number is next. You're totally right. Well, then what I like is like, you're waiting. They're looking at you. They're not doing anything. They're looking at you. They're on their phone. They're talking around 25B. 25B. We're waiting on you now.
Yeah.
Like immediately they're pissed. Why are you up here? That light flashed the speed of light. Why are you not here?
You know the best part is though, is when you walk in, there's signs all over to say, please turn your cell phone off or leave it in your pocket.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around, I'm like, does that so if you're on the payroll, it doesn't apply.
Well, how many of these signs only apply to this side of the partition?
Yeah. Right. Right. So, but
yeah,
no.
well, hey, I would, what I would do is I would stick my wet hands, give them their tag
Yeah.
with my wet hands and be like, oh yeah, it just said employees had to wash their hands. So this isn't wash.
But
they're wet, but it is not soap and water.
But just to be honest with you, it's not a code blue. Okay.
Yeah.
This is not. This is not a code blue.
My hands are wet, but I didn't wash them.
I got to be honest with you. I'm almost a code 10 in here.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, just letting you know.
I feel like a code 10. I really do. So, but anyway, so we'll get off the land baron then. But yeah, so Milford, that must have been a guy, and he just ate the most.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's do.
Maybe it was a Mill Ford. Something. It was an oatmeal Ford.
Yeah. Let's do one more fun fact because this one probably be quick. A person who hides their pain behind a smile is called a
Damon.
I don't know how to say that. Easiest.
Accent to dentity.
Yeah.
Basically, there's dent in there. I think that's a smile.
Yeah. Let me see it again. Easiest.
Yeah. Excedrin dentist enthusiast.
Yeah.
But it says Latin means look at.
Yeah.
Denta means teeth.
Yeah. So literally,
It means
you look at my teeth. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at my teeth.
But it's
look at my teeth.
But it's a fake smile, and you know what I like too. I say the fake smile. So a lot of people give me fake smiles. I get it, but I love the people that can't smile for a picture, and this is the smile they give you, is the fake smile. You're like, listen, we paid a lot for this. You know, we paid a lot. Yes, that is definitely a fake smile. Mac put up the #1 meme. Old guy.
What if you hide your pain behind your balls?
What's that?
Look at my balls.
Yeah.
Look at my balls.
What?
They're saying people that hide their pain behind their teeth, it's Latin for look at my teeth.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, what if you hide your pain behind your balls, Mac?
Yeah.
What's the Latin for look at my balls?
He meant basketballs, Mac. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, there you go.
Yeah. See, that's exactly. But to put on that fake smile, and
Hey, does that skirt come in circus tent size?
Yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it on backwards. So
Smiling guy.
I blacked out one of his
circus
teeth.
tent.
Let's do a TCO sells it for you with a fake smile.
What I like, okay.
Yeah.
So we do these.
Yeah.
We legit say, hey, we found this here. We're behind the scenes, we're doing a bit. I think I have to say this because recently people have asked us legitimately if some of this stuff is still available.
And it may be.
And I think they think we're actually selling it.
Yeah. Yeah, it may be. But this one,
disclaimer: we don't own or actually know any of these people.
Yeah.
We are just reading this off the same internet where you can find it yourself. Go ahead. TCO sells it for you.
I will put a picture of this up when it comes out because let me show you the picture. And now, what's it called, Ted?
It is a 1987 Bummer Chevy. mean when Chevy was selling Hummers? No.
Yeah. So anyway,
but it looked like a Jeep. What is it?
It's an extreme sport utility 2-door automatic transmission, exterior yellow. We know that, and it says clean title. Right?
But you might be paying $100.
Yeah.
Bring 3 checks.
Yeah. Bring 3 checks. All right. Here's a description. You're with me?
So far, unfortunately.
This is a very unique vehicle built between the years of 97 and 2000. Okay.
Wait. Wasn't it called an 87?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'm already sus.
Yes.
Very sus.
Okay. Built a decade after it existed. All right. It says, since there was only a few made. Now, I want to know who made these because honestly, I'm a car guy. I've never seen one of these. It looks like a Jeep and a Hummer had an illegitimate baby.
Had a bummer.
Yeah, had a bummer. Had an absolute bummer.
Literally.
Yeah. Like when you're driving it, it's an absolute bummer. But it says they will do nothing but continue to go up in value. Absolutely not. There is so much to say about this bummer. Just saying that name. I would never have time enough to mention all that could be said.
This literally sounds like a country song.
Yeah, but we probably could do that. But it says the top unsnaps and opens. Okay, the roof and opens up the roof and windows. Perfect for summer cruises. It has a 350 fuel injection with a 350 turbo transmission. Now that's a nice that's a nice combo. I get it for power.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still it's hideous looking.
Yeah,
it's atrocious.
It looks like the Volkswagen thing.
It says everything on this vehicle is custom built. Okay, so let me tell you what that means. It means that they made this together, they Frankensteined it, and if you ever need a part for this, good luck telling the guy at AutoZone what you have.
I have a 1987 Chevy Bummer built between the years of 1997 and 2000.
Yeah, that's what
my
I have.
parents used to call me.
Yeah. You're built in the same time too. So it says, everything on this vehicle is custom. Most of the body's fiberglass. That also means it's very fragile. Okay, so
Ooh, must be Italian.
The doors and tailgate are metal. This is the only one that was built this way.
That's gonna sag like hell at some point.
But it says, and 2 exclamation points. This is the only one that was built this way.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Right here. Can I read this part?
Yeah, go ahead.
Custom yellow and black leather interior. Sits up to 4 adults in the front and 3 in the back. Low mileage, 16,663 Chevy Hummer Bummer.
Now, I believe I've had those, okay, but I've never had a 90 or 87 Bummer, okay?
We called them something else back in the day, but all right.
Yeah, but I do believe.
It's saying it says 4 in the front and 3 in the back.
Yeah. So
now, do you know what do you know what 2 in the front, 5 in the back is? It's called a minivan.
Yeah, it's a minivan.
Looked it up, Urban Dictionary.
It's a Chevy Blazer motor, transmission, and frame. Has a Hummer body, but called a Bummer in quotes. You can't just call something and be like, that's what it is. Okay? If that's the case, let me tell you about G.I. Joe guys. Okay? Because I call stuff all the time. That doesn't make it happen. It is what it is.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let me read this sentence and try to put it together.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Custom interior, great sound system, needs a new leather top, but for the most part in great condition and runs good. Does the sound system need a new leather top?
But here's the deal. Didn't they just boast up here about how awesome the top is?
Right.
You know the best part about that top that it needs? It comes off. You don't got to look at it.
For a Bummer.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good top.
Yeah. So then it says, I'm asking 10,500, and they put the dollar symbol
Cash is
after
king.
It. Cash is king.
Make me an
capitalized.
offer.
Make me an offer.
Well, I think dumbs this day and age think that because you're asking for $10,500 that the sign goes at the end.
Yeah.
Why put the sign at the front? I'm not asking for $10,500.
Yeah. First off,
OBO.
This is called a Bummer.
OBO.
Yeah. The B is for Bummer.
So do you get an oboe? Is that what that is?
No, but it's just cash is king, man. You can go make him an offer. But I'm looking at it. This is hideous. I would never. I have kids that are driving. I wouldn't want to put them in it. I feel like they would. I mean,
yeah.
I might as well just throw them off a cliff myself.
That photo looks like it's warped too, because that does not look like a Hummer body.
No,
it looks too short.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. So it's not. It's a Bummer. But anyway, to go over this again, if you're looking
for a Blazer in a Hummer,
if you're looking for a 1987 Bummer Chevy that was built between the years of 19.
Well, no, this is how I would have worded it.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a blazing Hummer,
yeah,
come down, see me and Joliet. Cash is king.
Yeah. Well, that's almost a Blummer, but that's okay. We'll call it just it's a Bummer. So, but anyway, if you're looking, look no further. Reach out to us, and I bet this is one vehicle.
This is still available.
The one vehicle that I feel confident saying is still available is this one. Okay, I'm just letting you know. So anyway, that was TCO sells it for you. coming off that's pretty good energy actually,
yeah.
because that's absolutely ridiculous that somebody would want that and or think that. And no, there's no OBO, but I gotta believe the B.
OBO.
Yeah. But so here's the TCO of the week. All right.
TCO of the week.
Of the week, yeah. So woman in her underwear chases eagle away from goose while breastfeeding. Okay, there's a lot in that.
So that's how the goose got in my
Yeah.
basement.
Now I see, and there's a picture from the back. It's not like we're looking at dirty stuff, but I'm saying, I don't know. So the woman's in her underwear. Is the eagle? Was the goose breastfeeding? You follow what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
follow this sentence. It doesn't make any. This is a headline from a news story.
Was the eagle breastfeeding?
Right. Was eagle breastfeeding? I don't know. From the goose. I really don't know what's going on. So anyway,
What was the colonel breastfeeding?
it says, if the headline wasn't enough to reel you in, perhaps the video, which they put a video up, whatever, but it says this went down in Canada. The woman in the video.
What is up with Canada?
Okay, here's my problem. The woman in the video, Kate Oakley, but it's Kate with a C.
Portion control?
C-A-I-T.
Portion control?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean in the article? Got
Yeah.
it. I just
But
overall.
she was,
Wait, you saying her name is Kate? C-A-I-T?
yeah, that's her name, Kate. So like bait, but they put a C in it, right?
Mhm.
Kate Oakley. So she got a cool last name.
Macaulay, you need to answer for these things.
Yes. Someone needs to be held accountable. I can't help but feel if she was good in math, she would have won the lotto a long time ago. I'm just telling you. But it says she was nursing her baby. So she has the baby that she shares with her husband, Mike. Well, you should share your baby with your husband. So that's nice. And their 3 children. She needs to share the baby with her 3 children, I guess. In Vancouver Island, when she noticed an eagle swoop down from the sky and try to carry away her pet goose, Frankie. Not today, bird. That's what it says. Okay.
There are like 17 billion Canadian geese.
Yeah.
Just replace it.
Yeah. You had one in your window well.
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
you know where to get them.
I know where I can get them.
You know where I got a guy that traps these, Kate. Don't endanger your baby ever again.
Don't
okay?
endanger your baby or,
Yeah.
or your
Yeah. The only thing it didn't say was like she threw the baby at the eagle, you know. So, but it says the woman knew she had to act. It was long before she ran out the door to the animal's aid. However, she wasn't particularly prepared. She was still topless. Sometimes you have to act rather than think. First off, that's how I live my life. Okay, so it's not sometimes, it's all the time.
Also, this bodes well for men because couldn't just be I knew I could not count on my husband.
Yes.
I couldn't turn and be like, hey, Johnny, you need to go take care of this. Because I knew I had to do it. Boobs are swinging. I knew I had to do it.
I just picture, okay, first off, if this is me, you might as well call me the falconer. Because when I'd be like, Kate's breastfeeding, get me my eagle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
What are you doing? You know? So, but it says,
Oh, hey, boys, you want to see some boobies?
right.
Keep an eye on that goose.
Right. This is fun for the whole family. There's a baby. There's animals. This is great.
Release Murica. They call the eagle Murica. You know?
Operation Murica. So it says, thankfully, Frankie the goose was just fine. The eagle did fly away, and the goose lived to see another day. All's well.
Thankfully, frankly, the goose was just fine. The baby's neck was snapped.
Yeah, yeah, right. But it says, sadly, this isn't the first time the eagle has struck. No, because that's what eagles do.
Right.
That's
Well-
called the circle of life. They wrote a song about it. There's a whole movie.
It's the circle of
You know?
life.
Yeah, it's the circle of life, bro.
The
That's what happens.
swinging of boobs.
Yeah, but it says, as the caption for the video reveals, which we're not going to watch the video, the pair had lost 3 chickens in the past week before Frankie was nearly stolen. So if you have a goose and it's an outside goose,
Yeah.
and you know that you've had other birds missing from outside, odds are Frankie didn't move. Okay.
Yeah.
Frankie didn't move. So
Mac, is this traumatic hearing about birds being attacked in the backyard?
No. Not even paying attention.
Max, like,
No, that checks out.
Max, like, I would have thrown my raccoon at the eagle.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been fine.
So here's what I want to know. I want to know who won the Ring Camera office pool.
yeah.
For topless breastfeeding woman chases eagle from goose.
No, and that's the whole thing. I get those headlines all the time.
Because those videos would not have happened even 5
Correct.
years ago.
Yeah.
But since the
No, this is
expansion
definitely-
of the ring,
Yeah. It's
You
a
know,
close
front door
circuit
cameras.
camera.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
closed circuit camera.
that's where all these things are coming out of. But
Yeah.
yeah, you know the guy in the office is like, I told you. It was 1 billion to 1 odds, but guess who's going home rich?
Well, I tell you who's going home rich. Me, the falconer, because I scheduled it for that day. Yeah. That's
I
just,
want you to get that so like your ringtone is just
yeah. Yeah. You're
I
right.
am the falconer.
Why don't we text him and tell him we won? And then you hear that from the other cubicle. You're like, wait a minute. So, all right.
You're in cahoots with.
All right. So now I have a strange story that's also bird related. I say bird related.
Strange story.
All right.
Good
Hey,
enough.
that was excellent. That's great timing.
Strange story.
Yeah. So, menacing wild turkeys, led by Kevin, are taking a New England city for themselves.
Is this having anything to do with whiskey or is it the actual wild turkeys?
I have no idea,
I don't know. Let's find out.
but they are led by Kevin. Okay.
Always a strong name.
Okay. A flock of feathered hooligans has been intimidating residents of Woburn, Massachusetts, and their leader is one especially tough turkey, Kevin. The 5 wild birds spend a lot of time, in particular, on the lawn of a woman named Megan. First off, her name's Megan, but I think it's Megan because it's Meaghan. She has way too many letters in her name. Pick where you want to go.
Now, Ric Flair's daughter is Megan. They still call her Megan.
Yeah, well, I'm.
Woo!
Yeah. Well, she's gonna woo something.
Frank,
Yeah.
Kevin the turkey.
But her last name's Tolson, so it says Tolson.
Oh, with 2 L's?
Yeah, no, 1 L.
Well, I don't. Dead to me.
Yeah, so it's a mixture of Todd and Wilson. So Todd.
Hey, Todd.
Yeah.
Why do I keep calling you Todd? I don't know.
So, but it says Tolson.
But
who,
it is that part of the world. So.
yeah, who gave Kevin his name? So she named him. Okay.
Hey, I'm Megan. You're going to be Kevin.
She characterizes him as a bad egg among the otherwise all-female turkey crew.
Do we know it's not Kevin?
We don't know. We don't know. There's no H in Kevin, so no A. Yeah.
The third H is invisible.
But it says the hen she calls Gladys, Esther, Monica, and Patricia. I don't know what this. Yeah. Right. But it says this is quotes. The women are more mellow and not so territorial. But I think he kind of amps them up and gets them going to chase people. She told the Guardian.
So she saw this turkey that like amps people up, gets them pumped,
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
and called him Kevin.
Yeah, yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead. What tickled you over there besides?
You believe that? Okay. Look at what's next. It'll tickle you too. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
What's it say, Ted?
This part down here?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
part in the bold.
Not Kevin, but a bird who fits the general profile.
They put a picture in there, and they literally in bold print put not Kevin, but a bird who
Yeah,
fits the general
just like
profile.
us. Last segment had to be like, hey, we don't actually own this stuff and not actually selling it.
Yeah.
This is not actual
And
Kevin.
then it says via Getty Images. So it's like
But-
we found a bird that resembles Kevin.
It'd be great if it just said like in really like thin, semi transparent font over that picture. Actor portrayal.
Yeah. Not Kevin.
Not Kevin.
Yeah. But it says
Like Robert Stacks in the background.
Tolson has posted multiple videos showing Kevin lurking near the door of her home or car. They don't let you out of your house, she said. Okay. This is her bird. She named him Kevin.
Right.
Okay, look, you are one Thanksgiving away from not
I
having
was
this
just
problem.
gonna say, hey, Kevin, you want in the house? I got
Yeah.
a real hot box for you right now.
Right. You look cold.
Yeah.
Come on in here, you know? So anyway, it says...
I know a guy named Mac who has a thing that'll strip you clean off.
but it's, yeah.
In seconds.
See?
It's-
Now he's paying attention.
Now he's paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, are we killing something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say
I'm in. Yeah.
he does the killing.
And then he'll get you off. So you'll be fine. Either way, you'll be fine. Yeah. I love that, though. He just chimes in, oh, man, and like nothing. Everything else, we're like, hey, what do you think about that? Huh?
What?
But it says, while the Guardian brought national attention to Kevin and his band of rogues, local media has also covered their antics in the recent months. So this lady owns this bird, owns all the birds.
Yeah.
She named them all.
Right, but it's such a weird. Hey, this is Kevin. This is Gladys. This is Marjorie. This is Eunice.
But like if
This
they
is
were
Dorothy
if
and Monica.
if they were a band, would they be like Kevin and the Four Turks, or what would they be? I mean, the Pips? What would they be? Let's give Kevin a stage name. But to honestly, just to look at it again, I'm sorry, I will put this picture up too when we do this, but it was hysterical to scroll down.
I think they'd literally just be the birds.
Yeah, the birds. You know what's weird is they probably have one guy they kicked out. He's an
Yeah.
eagle, and he went rogue, and he moved.
They're called the birds, but they have an H in their name somewhere. So that the real birds can't sue.
They're the Bhirds. Birds.
It's just the H is silent.
The H is silent.
It's there because Megan put it there.
It's Megan. And their number one song is Bummer Hummer Summer. So where can they find us, Ted?
Hey, if we can get out of Megan's house, you can find us at thatchecksout.net. You can find us at all the socials at That Checks Out WDT. That stands for With Damon and Ted, because I'm Ted and he's Damon. This has been a TCO Productions, recorded to you at Audio High Podcasting Studio. Come down, talk to Matt, get your own podcast going. Thanks for listening to us. Tell all your friends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, everything you can do on YouTube. Do that in other places. I don't know if that works, but just go to that, give us a review. Remember, 5 stars, 5 anything. You can say what you want about us. We don't care. Just give us that stuff. Because that's how we work. For Damon, I've been Ted. Thank you. We'll catch you next time.